Everyone is talking about cryptocurrencies right now, but what is it? This video presented by the shrewd investor will transform you from a crypto zero to a crypto hero. We'll explain what cryptocurrencies are, why they're proving to be increasingly important, and how to invest in cryptocurrency. When society was in its infancy, there was no such thing as money. The only way to buy something from someone was to approach them and exchange something you had for something they had. The issue with this system is that, even though you might be willing to give up something, they might not want what you had to offer, so the trade would never occur. This is where currency came into play. The first currency was made of precious materials, like gold and silver. Everyone agreed that they were worth something since they were precious. It didn't matter anymore if you didn't have something the other person wanted. People were reassured that you could then trade the coins for something that you wanted. Banks were then created, and governments gained control of money. We realized that as long as there was trust in the system, we could move away from needing to carry large heavy blocks of precious metals, and paper money was invented. The paper did not have any value, but instead, the money only has value because the government says it has value. As technologies advanced, we found more convenient ways to store and trade our belongings. People now more than ever are buying things online and using credit cards. Today, we rarely actually see our money anymore, it's just numbers on a spreadsheet. For example, when I buy a pair of new earpods from Apple, my bank adds an entry to my spreadsheet that says I have a few $100 less, and Apple has a few $100 more. Now comes cryptocurrency. It's similar in concept in that it is completely virtual. Even though the logo for Bitcoin looks like a physical coin, there is no actual gold, no silver, and no paper. It's just the transfer of digital assets. It is a spreadsheet of people paying other people, but instead of banks keeping record, there is just one large spreadsheet of every transaction called a ledger. The benefits of this system are that it is decentralized, which means that, while every transaction of a given cryptocurrency is recorded on the same ledger, there are multiple copies of that ledger and everyone on the network has one. You also may be familiar with cryptocurrency mining or Bitcoin mining, which is simply someone who set up a computer to process transactions on their copy of this ledger or spreadsheet. There are approximately 1 million Bitcoin miners in the globe, and Bitcoin is only one form of cryptocurrency. The reason the miners do it is because if you dedicate your computer's processing power to mining Bitcoin, you would receive Bitcoin as payment. This means that if I spend 5 Bitcoins in a store, rather than merely verifying with your bank's records, the business checks with every computer on the network to see whether I have enough. If I do, each computer independently updates its own records. As a result of having so many duplicates of the same ledger, it becomes incredibly straightforward to detect any fraudulent activity. The primary benefit of cryptocurrency is that you no longer need banks. Everything is stored by the people on this ledger. You can make international payments almost instantly instead of it taking half a day with no spending limits. You also don't have to worry about exchange rates, interest rates, or transaction fees, which are all close to zero. The reason cryptocurrencies are dubbed cryptocurrencies is because they're secured by cryptography. Blockchain is one form of this that many of the largest cryptocurrencies, such as Bitcoin, use. The blockchain is simply a secure type of ledger, similar to the massive spreadsheet everyone uses to record transactions. The blockchain is merely a method for arranging it. Every time I pay for something using Bitcoin, the transaction is recorded as a block with a unique identifier called a hash. The hash of the previous block in the sequence or the last transaction that was recorded, and the focus on which this system rests, is that if something in a block is changed then that block's hash will change. Each block also contains the data of the previous block. If the hash of the block here changes, then the next block will no longer have a matching hash with it, and so every block following will be invalid. If you wanted to fraudulently create a transaction that paid you money, you'd not only have to tamper with a block and every block after it, but also have to do this on at least 1 million computers around the world. This illustrates the potential security benefits. You've probably heard of people investing in cryptocurrencies. This means they're exchanging normal currencies such as dollars, for cryptocurrency such as Bitcoin in the hopes that those cryptocurrencies will become the next big thing and skyrocket in value. At this point, the only decision a person would have to make is which cryptocurrency to invest in. Bitcoin is just one of over 4,000 different cryptos, and each of them has different properties. For example, Ethereum, the second most invested in cryptocurrency, can process transactions even faster than Bitcoin. Cardano is considered technologically superior. Litecoin is considered to be the most efficient cryptocurrency. A lot of people don't take crypto seriously due to its volatility, their development is very recent, and the fact that they're completely digital. Unlike the market for gold, no one really knows what they should be worth. As a result, crypto prices are heavily speculative and tied to the news cycle. For example, when a glowing article is published about them, their prices soar upwards, but when Elon Musk tweets something negative about them, their prices plummet. There have been a number of companies that have been somewhat inconsistent with it. Tesla, Microsoft, and Burger King are examples of companies that announced it initially would accept Bitcoin but afterwards said it would not accept Bitcoin. The environmental impact is also a concern. The reason why many cryptos are so secure is because of the concept of transactions being verified multiple times by multiple computers, which uses a lot of electricity. It's a fair criticism since so much computing power requires so much electricity, but you could counter this by saying that traditional banking uses more electricity. So how would you start investing in crypto? First, you need a way to store your crypto. Just like any other currency, you need a wallet to hold your crypto. Two types of wallets are available: hot wallets and cold wallets. Hot wallets are essentially wallets that are connected to the internet and typically provide less protection. Hot wallets are, however, more accessible because they are connected to the internet. Many different exchanges such as Coinbase offer such types of wallets. On the other hand, cold wallets are variants of cryptocurrency wallets developed specifically for cold storage. Cold storage implies that customers' crypto tokens are stored offline in their wallets. As a result, you can utilize them as vaults for everyday transactions. There are also cold wallets that can connect to the internet. One such wallet which I prefer is the Ledger Nano X. The Ledger is great with very intuitive functionality. One issue with it is that not all forms of currency are available for purchase in their market. While the appeal and security of a cold wallet is there, if you lose your Ledger drive, then you'll lose your hard-earned crypto. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to hit like and subscribe, and be sure to turn on bell notifications, so you don't miss any videos just like this one. Until next time, this has been The Shrewd Investor. Thanks for watching.